I came here when I was 4 years old.
When I was 4 years old.
It was my dad's choice to bring us to this country because he wanted to work and give us a better life.
My mom brought me here because she wanted, I guess, a better future for me. I didn't receive any financial aid.
Everybody else was able to get financial aid, everybody was able to apply easily for things, and I couldn't do that. I came with my parents. All three of us, with my mom and dad, we crossed the border illegally.
I crossed the border with my mom.
I actually remember crossing the border perfectly. That's, I think, something that I would never forget because it's very traumatic. It was very hard. It was a very difficult part of my life. Even though I was 4 years old, I remember.
I know I have this memory somewhere sometimes that I know I'm in a river and they're telling me not to put my head up because there's helicopters, and all I saw was like lights. And I also remember when, I don't know what we were crossing, but I know I was in a car and my mom was in the back and she was covered with like tons of stuff, and all I heard was my mom say, don't look back, keep on looking straight, everything's fine. But that's it. I don't remember nothing else.
My parents hired what is called un coyote, which is a person who crosses people illegally or helps them cross illegally to America. So they hired one, and we were supposed to meet them in a village. And in this village, we were going to cross the mountain across to get to the border with Mexico, to cross the border to the U.S., which was really mountainous. It was like really difficult because my parents are city people from Mexico. They weren't used to that type of thing. So they had to help my dad carry me. Some strangers that he didn't know had to help carry me because I couldn't do that. And my mom, because my mom was pregnant at the time. And when we came to New York City, it was January 6th, 1996. And it was freezing. It was snow all over the place. I had no idea what snow was at the time. I was freezing. I only had a thin sweater with me. And my dad took us to my uncle's. And since there, we've been here. When I went to high school, I guess that's when it dawned on me more that I was different from everybody else, that I was undocumented.
You know, high school does that. You go for spring break to like other countries and stuff like that. So I remember I wanted to go they were having Italy, and I wanted to go, and that's when I found out that I couldn't go because I didn't have a social security number and no passport, and saying that I was from here. So that was kind of like a downfall, because I really wanted to go, and realizing that you can't go it sucks. It made me like realize that, oh wow, I don't have papers, so I can't go anywhere. I'm just gonna be stuck in the U.S. forever.
I seriously thought that was gonna be the end of me in high school, that I wasn't even gonna go to college. I wasn't gonna be able to do anything. But the guys' cousin was like, no, you can still do it. It's gonna cost you more, but still do it.
So it was kind of hard to, like, I guess, pick the college that I could afford and the major I could afford. That was the struggle, you know, and the tuition and the books and the transportation. All of that was a really big struggle.
And I didn't have the funds or money because I couldn't apply for financial aid. So I couldn't go straight to a 4-year school because I didn't have the money for it. I would have to pay out of my pocket, or my parents would have to pay out of their pocket for me to go to school.
They knew that was going to happen sooner or later. You know, it's not something that they weren't prepared for.
I guess it was hard for them. They had to pay more, but they were willing to pay for it. They were like, whatever you want to do, we're going to pay for it. We're going to find a way to pay for it. As long as, because they wanted me to go to school, they were willing to find whatever means necessary so they could pay for it.
Even if your parents do help you, but it's not enough when they have their kids of their own.
That's why I lowered my standards, I guess. I went to a community college instead of going to a 4-year college, where I could have gone to a four-year college, but I chose not to because of economic reasons, because I didn't have money for it.
I attended LaGuardia Community College, and my major was liberal arts.
I got accepted to NYT, but I couldn't go, obviously, for economic reasons. I didn't have money. It was too expensive. And then I got accepted to LaGuardia, so I was like, okay, let me go to LaGuardia because it's much cheaper and I could do a fast career. When I was at LaGuardia, I was business administration. I studied business administration. I graduated with associates in business administration, and now I'm in Queens College studying international business.
I had help from college. I got into a program called ASAP, and they helped me pay my MetroCard and my books, but not my tuition. So that helped a lot because my books were expensive and my transportation was expensive.
Before I entered LaGuardia, I had a scholarship for $500. My high school, they gave my name as a recommendation for this scholarship. The scholarship was given by a church, by a local church, and they gave each student $500. Yeah, regardless of your background, regardless, it was a church, it was a local church scholarship that they gave me for $500. No, that was not enough, but my parents were able to pay. You know, they didn't have to pay as much, but my dad probably had saved money. He was the only one working at that time, so he must have made good, I guess, must have a good salary to have afforded that. It did bother me a little, but then I found another scholarship for undocumented students, and that's the one I got for the last semester. And they paid for my full tuition, so for that semester. The DREAM Act is the opportunity for children who came here to this country undocumented to become U.S. citizens or to become residents of the country. Becoming a U.S. citizen would mean having a social security number, which would give me the opportunity to get an education and to work, which is basically the two most essential things in life.
It would let me go back to school, get a better job, and achieve my goals that I want. Because, you know, some people are against this because they think that we're going to take away their jobs or their money or stuff like that. But in reality, maybe we could even help the U.S. economy, especially now.
We always say the younger generation is our future. The ability to better themselves, and by bettering themselves, they will better this country. They will have so much ideas, so much knowledge coming in, so much different backgrounds coming in to influence the country. And think about it, all these people are going to be working now and they're going to have so much taxes to pay. So I think that's a good benefit for the country. Everybody will work. New ideas will be flowing around.
It would benefit the country itself, and it would create new opportunities for I guess, the American citizens in general, not just undocumented people.
We all deserve a better life. To follow the American dream. That's why we came to this country, and I think it's time to make it come true. I think it's time to make that American dream come true.